This is my fourth time to record this video. Fourth attempt. It's like Groundhog's Day. It's like freaking Groundhog's Day. Hey guys, FunnyGuyTimmy here, doing another microphone review. This one I'm going to try to get done as quick as possible because I've already recorded this video like 4 times and I'm getting very sick of saying these things. Not because they're bad things that I'm about to say, but just because it's just repetitious. Okay, so what I have for you guys here today is going to be a microphone review of the BC Master 1610 USB. So one of my last videos that I was talking about USB mics was actually talking about the Samson CO1U Pro, which is also a USB mic. This one is from a company that I haven't really heard of, and they actually sent me, for the most part, they sent me this mic for review. Now, I wasn't going to do an unboxing. I'm just going to talk about the microphone. There is one thing, however, I do want to talk about, and that is the cable that it comes with. Now, it comes with, of course, a tripod, the microphone mount, one of these little... Now, this one is actually a really nice metal mount. I've dealt with microphones where it has like a plastic or an aluminum one. I think this one's steel, actually. But it comes with a foam screen and basically everything you need to technically get started, which is nice. You don't got to go out and get anything. So if you wanted to do a Let's Play or a podcast or go right into voiceover, you technically have everything that you need. It does also come with a foam windscreen. It comes with one of these foam shields, which I actually use in combination to my pop filters, the screen that goes right over the microphone, just because you know, I like to get closer on the mic, and I try to eliminate as many plosives as possible. But one of my major complaints is going to be this cable. It comes with a cable, but the cable is incredibly thick, and it's got this plastic coat over it that makes it incredibly rigid. I haven't been able to get it out of this permanent shape. I've tried like massaging it, what I normally do, which is applying, like a little bit of friction and trying to bend it in the other way so it'll go back, but it has not stopped being in these 90-degree angle, position. So I even left it like that. So other than that, that's really the only concern or the only complaint that I would technically have with the stuff that comes in the case. If it had maybe more like one of these, which is a pretty standard, it's more of a rubber coating instead of that really rigid plastic coating, I think it probably would have been better. Also would have packed a little bit better in the case, which, by the way, I want to show off this case. That's actually a nice case. It's actually pretty good. It's like a gun case. But anyway, so what you're listening to is actually the microphone itself, the BC Master 1610. I'm not going to do any cleanup. I'm not going to do any compression or EQing. I might normalize it so that the peaks don't go, too hot, just to make sure that, and it's not too quiet. I just want to make sure that you can hear it, and that's it. You're just going to be listening to the audio as is. Now, this microphone has a few things that I like and a few things that I don't like. Let's go over the things that I like first. I like the way it sounds. It actually sounds very similar to my Audio-Technica 2020 or other Audio-Technica mics that I've used before. I feel like it's a brighter mic and complements my voice a little bit better as opposed to the Samson Samson CO1U Pro, which I think was it just felt flat. It was really flat. Also, in compared to that mic, it has a much lower noise floor, or much lower self-noise that it generates. You're listening to it as is. You can go listen to the Samson review or the USB mic and listen to how much noise there actually was in the audio. My nose is just driving me crazy. I think this mic is a way cleaner and way quieter sounding mic as far as the noise that it generates naturally from the capsule and the device itself, as opposed to other some other USB mics that I've used in the past, like my MXL 006 was incredibly noisy. The Samson CO1U is actually pretty noisy. So this one's actually hello? So this one's actually really clean as far as the noise that it generates, and that's a huge plus for me. Even though I would say that this is a very similar sound to my Audio-Technica 2020 or the Audio-Technica 2020 USB, it is a little sharp and it is a little too bright. And what you may have to do is maybe bring down the higher frequencies in editing, but it's probably still easier to clean than the Samson CO2 with a higher self-noise. Here's some things that I don't like. I don't like that it doesn't have live monitoring. As far as I'm concerned, you have to have live monitoring if you're going to be doing voiceover. Now, some voice actors say, don't listen to yourself, and some voice actors say, do listen to yourself while you're recording. I'm one of those that say, do listen to yourself. And the reason that I say, do listen to yourself is because it's a time saver as far as your editing for later. I've worked with microphones in the past where I didn't use live monitoring, and what would end up happening is I would just talk into the mic, I'd do the entire take, however I did it, and then I wouldn't find out that I'd made a mistake, or there was noise in the background, or there was a plosive until later. So then I would have to go back and record whatever it was that I messed up before. But if you're listening to yourself live, you can immediately, redo another take. If you hear, oh, I popped the mic, so I'm just going to do another take, or there was noise in the background, I redo the take. Oh, it's too noisy, I need to stand still, I redo the take. And so that way you don't got to record again. It's all in one recording. That's why I do that. Not to say that you have to. You can, just with really good technique and being very self-conscious, you can, record without that. Now, for me, that's not really a deal breaker, but it is one of the bigger features that I look for in a USB mic. But again, it's not that important. Now, that is one of the major features for a USB mic that I look for, but it's not a deal breaker. Now, there are some things that this thing comes with on the mic that is not included in a lot of other USB mics. I mean, it's something that's relatively common for USB mics or microphones in general, but not all mics have these. And one of them is a negative 10 decibel pad, which means that, let's say you're recording something that's really loud. You hit the negative 10 decibel pad, so what it does is it brings down the volume or makes the microphone less sensitive. Not an engineer, I don't know exactly, but it gives you a little bit more headroom. So let's say you can't go into your computer and turn the volume down far enough to record this incredibly loud source, like either a scream or a loud instrument or whatever. You can hit that 10 decibel and it gives you a little bit more wiggle room, which can come in handy. I don't personally use it. The only time that I use any kind of feature like that is when I use a shotgun mic, and like I'm recording on a film. Having a microphone, a shotgun mic that has something like that, has one of those kind of switches, some kind of limiter, or some kind of negative something decibel pad can come in handy, because when you're out on the field, you're not getting as accurate a monitoring off the mixer as you would be in here in a quiet space. So sometimes it's going to be really loud. Go ahead and hit that 10 decibel, negative 10 decibel pad, and give yourself a little bit more leg room to work with. But also with that, I end up just using the mixer's features instead of using any of those switches on the microphone. So I guess for me, I don't really use that kind of thing at all. But that's what it's for. There's another switch that it has on here, and that is, I think it's a low-cut filter, which what it does is it kind of cuts off some of the lower end, which would be room noise, noise outside your window, a lot of footsteps, wind, sometimes can help eliminate too much air or anything like that in the microphone. Let's say, or your fan, your computer fan, which can be really loud or just kind of in the background, you hit that and it'll help to eliminate some of the low frequency noises. That's what that's for. Again, I don't use that very much. I have a really nice studio that I record in, and anything that I need to do to the audio as far as eliminating any frequencies, I just do in post. But if you're not, in a space like this, or there's a little bit more traffic noise outside your window, you can hit that, turn that switch on, and it might save a take or two. So it is nice that they have those, but for me, I personally don't use them. So what are my overall thoughts for this microphone? Well, it sounds really good. It doesn't generate a lot of self-noise, incredibly small. It does have some nice features that I can see using in certain circumstances, but I wish it had live monitoring. Now, you can technically do live monitoring on your computer by going into your recording devices and hit go to the device itself and go to a tab where it says listen. You check that box or something like that. I don't know what it is on Mac, but that's kind of what it is on Windows. Just go into a tab and hit listen. But the problem with that is that you get a latency. It's a half a second to a second delay before you hear it back in your headphones, and it can be disorienting. So I'm not even using it at all. I don't even have it on. It's just off. So yes, there is a way, but just avoid that completely. So technically it doesn't have live monitoring, and I really wish it did, because for me, I say it is very important. But overall, this is a $50 microphone, as opposed to the Samson or my Audio-Technica 2020 USB, which is more in the ballpark of $120, which I think this actually sound-wise compares very similarly. It's not bad. If they had to, take some features off to make it more affordable, I think that, it's a really good microphone for $50. This is a totally fine starter mic that you can get into voiceover, make some money using, as long as you are very self-conscious and you're very careful about plosives and room noise and stuff like that, and do multiple takes to make sure that you have coverage for your editing later. This is actually a really good buy. It's $50 bucks. I think it's $45.99 on Amazon, which there will be a link to down below. Also, before I sign out, let you guys know, there is also a code down below in the description where you can get this microphone with a discount on Amazon. BC Master has given me a coupon code for you guys for when you guys, if you want to buy this microphone, you can go on Amazon and put in the code, which will be listed down below, and get yourself, I think it's 15% off, something like that. All the information to that will be down below if you do want this microphone. Also, they have another microphone that I think it's like the next one up that actually has live monitoring. And if it sounds anything like this one and it has live monitoring, it's probably a really good buy. I'm kind of hoping that I can get my hands on that one just to test it out. It'd be absolutely delightful. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to see me try any other microphones, leave them down in the comment section below. If you have any questions, leave those down in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Again, go check out this microphone on Amazon. If you want to buy it, use the code. It is a limited time, so if it doesn't work or when it stops working, I'll probably remove the code or just give some kind of note that says it doesn't work anymore. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and peace!